Number 6. Reliability issues. The third-generation Canyon introduced for 2023 is facing serious reliability challenges that are hard to ignore. Consumer Reports has assigned recent Canyon models a below-average reliability rating, with last year's model earning particularly poor marks. This isn't just about minor annoyances. Owners are reporting significant mechanical failures that no truck buyer wants to experience. Engine problems are appearing with alarming frequency. Reports of cylinder head issues, head gasket failures, and turbocharger malfunctions are coming in from owners who expected better. Imagine you're 3 hours from home on a worksite when your truck suddenly loses power or starts making disturbing noises from under the hood. That's the reality some Canyon owners are facing, with exhaust leaks and turbo failures showing up as documented trouble spots. Suspension and steering components are also failing prematurely. The electrical and software systems are proving equally problematic. Infotainment screens are freezing or going completely blank, leaving drivers without access to critical functions. Over-the-air updates are creating more problems than they solve. The situation became serious enough that GM temporarily halted sales of 2024 Colorado and Canyon models to address software quality issues, a move that speaks volumes about the severity. Delayed throttle response, unexpected stalling, and complete loss of power round out a troubling list that suggests this generation launched before it was truly ready. But reliability isn't the only area where the Canyon is disappointing buyers. The price premium GMC is charging raises even more questions about value. Number 5. Colorado is cheaper. Here's something that's going to bother anyone considering a Canyon. The Chevrolet Colorado delivers virtually identical performance and capability for thousands of dollars less. Both trucks share the same fundamental engineering, yet GMC is asking buyers to pay a substantial premium for what amounts to badge prestige and some interior upgrades. Under the skin, these trucks are mechanical twins. They use the same turbocharged 2.7-liter inline-4 engine, the same 8-speed automatic, and achieve similar towing capacities of up to 7,700 pounds. When you're paying more for a Canyon, you're not getting a fundamentally better truck, you're paying for GMC branding. The Colorado's base WT model starts around $30,000, while the Canyon's entry-level elevation trim begins at approximately $36,000, a difference of roughly $6,000. Picture walking into a dealership knowing that $6,000 could cover years of fuel, a quality tonneau cover, upgraded tires, and a complete set of tools. Both trucks will face the same reliability issues and deliver the same real-world performance. You're essentially deciding whether GMC's brand image is worth several thousand extra dollars, and if paying extra for a badge wasn't frustrating enough, wait until you discover how GMC is limiting your configuration choices. Number 4. Just one configuration on offer. GMC is severely limiting buyer choice with the current Canyon, and this inflexibility is going to be a deal breaker for many potential customers. Unlike some of its competitors, the Canyon is available in only one cab and bed configuration, a crew cab with a short bed. The Canyon lineup offers no extended cab versions, no long bed options, and no two-door configurations. Every single Canyon that rolls off the production line has the same basic body configuration. The Toyota Tacoma and Nissan Frontier still offer multiple cab and bed combinations, giving buyers the flexibility to match their truck to their actual use case. Consider the contractor who regularly hauls 10-foot sections of trim, or the weekend warrior who needs to transport full sheets of plywood lying flat. The Canyon's short bed is forcing these buyers to leave the tailgate down, use bed extenders, or make multiple trips, inconveniences that wouldn't exist with a long bed option. For commercial users, the inability to spec a truck precisely for the job means either accepting a configuration that doesn't quite work or looking at a different brand entirely. GMC's one-size-fits-all approach is simplifying their manufacturing, but leaving significant segments of the truck market underserved. But the configuration limitations aren't the only area where the Canyon forces compromises. The interior space reveals another significant shortcoming. Number 3. Tight second row. The Canyon's rear seating area is proving to be a significant weak point, especially when compared to similarly priced competitors. Reviewers and owners consistently report that the second row feels cramped, particularly for adult passengers who are going to be uncomfortable on anything longer than short trips. Rear legroom measures around 34.7 to 35 inches, which sounds adequate on paper, but headroom is notably restricted, shoulder room feels tight, and the seat cushion depth is insufficient for proper comfort. Think about a family road trip where your teenagers are complaining after the first hour, or adult friends who refuse to ride in the back seat because their knees are jammed against the front seat backs. That's what the Canyon's rear seat configuration is creating. The Jeep Gladiator, Honda Ridgeline, and even certain versions of the Tacoma and Ranger are delivering notably better rear passenger comfort. The practical implications extend beyond passenger comfort. If you're planning to use the rear seats folded down for interior cargo storage, the limited space is going to restrict what you can carry. For buyers who value versatility, the Canyon's cramped rear area represents a genuine limitation. And speaking of interior disappointments, the materials GMC chose throughout the cabin present their own set of problems. Number 2. Lackluster interior materials. GMC is marketing the Canyon as a premium truck with upscale features, particularly in higher trims like the Denali and AT4X. The problem is that the interior materials don't consistently support that premium positioning, creating a disconnect between what GMC is promising and what buyers actually experience. Certain plastic panels feel cheaper than they should at the price point. Seams don't always fit together perfectly, and some trim elements seem more decorative than durable. While improvements over the previous generation are evident in many areas, there are still sections that feel like they belong in a lower-tier truck. The marketing creates expectations that the reality doesn't quite fulfill. GMC highlights leather seating, ambient lighting, and upgraded audio systems, and these features are present, but they're interspersed with areas where cost-cutting is obvious. Run your hand across the lower door panels, and you'll feel the difference between the showcase premium materials and the budget plastics hiding in less visible spots. Exposed bolt heads, join lines that aren't cleanly finished, and seat backs that use simpler materials all contribute to an impression that the Canyon is trying to be something it isn't quite achieving. Cheaper materials are going to show wear more quickly and are more likely to develop squeaks and rattles over time, affecting resale value. When you're choosing between the Canyon and competitors that deliver more consistent interior quality, these material shortcomings become difficult to overlook. But if you think the interior quality issues are frustrating, the Canyon's biggest problem is going to hit you every time you stop at a fuel pump. Number 1. Fuel economy. The fuel economy situation with the Canyon represents perhaps the biggest disappointment for potential buyers. GMC promoted the new turbocharged 4-cylinder engine as a solution that would deliver both increased power and improved efficiency, but the real-world results are telling a different story. A Canyon 4-wheel drive with the 2.7-liter turbo is rated at approximately 19 miles per gallon combined, 18 city and 22 highway in many trim levels. These figures aren't impressive for a modern mid-sized truck, especially when GMC was positioning this engine as a significant efficiency upgrade over the previous V6. Models equipped with mud-terrain tires or heavy off-road equipment see these numbers drop to 17 to 20 miles per gallon in combined driving. Real-world experience is often worse than the official estimates. Owners are reporting actual fuel consumption that falls short of EPA ratings. Picture your weekly budget being eaten away by fuel stops that come more frequently than you expected, or calculating the annual fuel costs and realizing you're spending hundreds more than GMC's marketing materials led you to believe. AT4 and AT4X variants are seeing fuel economy numbers in the 13 to 15 miles per gallon range when subjected to heavy loads or off-road driving. The promised efficiency gains compared to the older V6 are proving minimal or non-existent. The fundamental problem is that GMC is trying to have it both ways. The Turbo 4 delivers impressive performance numbers around 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque, which makes the truck capable of towing. But achieving that performance required heavier components, a wider track, more aggressive gearing, and additional off-road equipment. All of these factors work against fuel efficiency. Add in larger tires and the weight penalties of four-wheel drive systems, and the Canyon's fuel consumption rises to levels that make the efficiency promises seem hollow. Buyers who chose the Canyon expecting significant fuel savings over traditional V6 trucks are going to be disappointed. The turbocharged 4-cylinder was supposed to represent the future, modern technology delivering both power and economy. Instead, it's delivering the power while asking owners to accept fuel consumption that's barely better than engines from the previous generation. The GMC Canyon is facing a reality check that potential buyers need to understand. Between the troubling reliability issues, the premium over the mechanically identical Colorado, the single configuration that limits practicality, the cramped second-row seating, the inconsistent interior materials, and fuel economy that fails to deliver on its promises, this truck is asking buyers to accept too many compromises for too much money. GMC positioned the Canyon as a premium mid-sized truck, but the execution reveals a vehicle struggling to justify its price tag while disappointing in the areas that matter most to truck buyers. So, the first thing you should do is to check out our video about the 2026 Chevrolet Colorado you can now see on the screen. If an upgraded interior and more upscale feel don't matter to you all that much, then the Colorado is your natural choice. It offers class-leading capabilities but also impresses with several very capable off-road variants.